I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that, spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas, think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains that last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah. Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
All right, y'all, we're here. We're live. You're watching Buster Unmasked, and the first thing I want to say is happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there. I hope every one of you guys and girls out there ate good, spent time with family and friends, had fun, and most of all, I hope nobody went to jail. That's all I really hope, is none of y'all went to jail on Thanksgiving. Look, guys, like this video, share this video. Go to Buster H.R. Johnson on YouTube and subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell. That way you know when these videos are coming out. You don't have to look them, don't have to wait on them. They're right there for you. Guys, got an awesome show today. I've been waiting on this one. Let me just say this. There's a lot of opportunity opened up around our area here recently, thanks to a guy by the name of Aaron Roberts. Let's lay it out there. There's a lot of talk about this guy. Some say he don't deserve it. Some say he does. At the end of the day, when you put his credentials down on paper, there's no other guy around here right now that it should have been other than Aaron Roberts. But here's the biggest part of that. We all need to get behind this dude because he got the door cracked open. And that door is cracked open for guys like my guest here tonight. Let me tell you something. I've been keeping my eye on this dude for 2 solid years now. I've watched him develop. I've watched him grow. And let me just say this. He is one of the guys that over the next year or so, he handles his business right. He does everything he needs to do and gets focused hard on the wrestling business. This dude has all the potential in the world to eventually one day in a couple of years be a new WWE ID guy. Trust me when I say this. This dude has talent. He's young. He's cocky, he's brash, and at the end of the day, he's got a ton of personalities, and I bring to you none other than Robert Murray. Robert.
Oh, what's up, Mr. Buster? How you doing?
Dude, I am doing great, man. How about you, dude? How's your Thanksgiving, man?
I'm stuffed. I can't even eat no more. I thought about a late night snack or something, but I can't even eat no more, honestly. I think I'm done eating tonight.
I don't know about that, dude. I eat good. I'm stuffed now, but when this podcast is over, I'm going around for round 2 on the food. Man, the turkey's going to put me out tonight. I'll be honest with you. It put my dog out earlier. We gave our puppy a bit of turkey for Thanksgiving. Man, that tryptophan or whatever the shit is in it put him right to sleep, man. Hyper as hell, that mug was out on the bed for 3 hours, dude. But, man, look, we're here to talk about Robert Murray, man. I said it in the opening. Man, you're one of these guys. I've been watching you for a couple of straight years, keeping an eye on you. And man, you've got all the talent, you got the charisma, you can talk, you can go in the ring. The only thing that I think you need to concentrate on to get you to the next level is 100% focus. Being focused
Oh
on
yeah.
you and your wrestling career. So let's talk about
Oh
that
yeah.
because, man, since the last time you were on here, it was you and Cashman. Midian was on here together. You guys held some tag team titles over this past year. You were the Swag Tag Team Champions. You were also the Nonstop Wrestling Alliance Tag Team Champions out of Paris, Arkansas. You've
Two
held
times. Paris,
two
Tennessee.
times.
Paris, Tennessee.
There you go, Paris, Tennessee, two times. You've also just recently held the Legends and Lions title at Pro Wrestling Mid South. So it's been a big year for you, man. We ain't got to go through your history because you've been on before. We're here to talk about this last year and what's going on. So take me back 12 months, Robert, and talk to me about what's
Well,
going on in your life, man.
well, life has some challenges, you know what I'm saying? And years ago, I wouldn't have been this cool, calm, and collective about everything, you know what I'm saying? Right now, going through everything, man, it's all about discipline, man. I've actually been doing what you just said, focusing, man. I've been hitting them weights. I've been disciplining myself from stuff that's a distraction to me, you know what I'm saying? And it's been a challenge. It really has. But I've been one day I just woke up and I was just like, man, you know what? It's time. It's about time you do this for you. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I woke up that day and it's just been a game changer ever since. I'm starting to put more faith in God more than now than ever. And I've been in the Bible nonstop, and it's just been a big help for me, just with the words that He spoken. The words that He's given us for thousands and thousands of years, and sometimes it takes time for people to understand and for people to open up and for people to go through this change and everything. But I'm given the gift to, pass on to whoever is going through anything like I am. It's going to be okay. You're going to be fine. Sometimes stuff in life is going to happen for you just to wake up one day and it's like, man, you got to focus on you. You know what I'm saying? You got to let go
Right.
and let God. And that's one of the things that I've been doing for the last few months. I don't know how long it's been, but everybody has their own thing. And I used to smoke and I used to drink, and I'm not going to be a hypocrite and like, hey, I never did that. Yes. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm completely sober now. Like, I don't even think of wanting to drink or wanting to smoke. I've disciplined my body so much over the last few months, just from working out at home. A buddy of mine, Lex Bain, he showed me these workouts at the gym and stuff, and like it's just been tremendous. And I was like, this is where I'm putting my focus at. Like, I got to get bigger. I got to get stronger. You know what I'm saying? I got to build that endurance up. I got to,
Right.
get that cardio in and stuff for wrestling. And like, my main focus has been nothing but wrestling. And I just want to be a motivation for somebody else that's going through the same thing that I'm going through or something similar. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
life is too precious for you to sit there and sorrow. And sometimes life has taken a lot of people that uh suffered in silence with a smile. You know what I'm saying? Seeing other people smile, that made their day. You know what I'm saying? And that, what I'm
Right.
saying, me making other people's day and stuff by seeing them smile and everything made my day. But also, I'm at that point where I got to do this for me too. You know what I'm saying? And I have looked up more than I've looked down here the last few months. But the last all other than that, I got hit up by Greg Anthony. Uh, he's been he's looked at me since I started my career, and I've gone by so many names and stuff in my career. Um, Most recent one is me using my real name and stuff like that. The but Greg, he always was like, you know, I've always wanted you here at Pro Wrestling Mid-South. And he always says like Rob Danger, he wanted Rob Danger. So I was like, okay. And Greg has that old school mentality to where,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? And he 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 explains things to where there's a lot of people's like, I'm not really too sure. But man, it's the wrestling business. It is the wrestling business. You're not finna just go to your job and be like, hey, I'm gonna do it this way and just think everything is gonna be all right. No, you gotta go and do it how that promoter wants you to do so. You know what I'm saying? And how it can fit for you and your character and all that stuff. And Greg has been nothing but good for me. And this last year, honestly, like every Friday, he always is like, man, you know what I'm saying? Although he sometimes don't want to say it, like he's like, I can just tell by his body language. He puts his trust in me for me to go through that curtain and go out there and perform. And it don't matter how many people's out there.
Well, let's
He
talk about
trusts me
that.
to go out there and
Well, let's talk about that for a minute, Robert. Here's the thing. Greg Anthony, he knows talent when he sees it. Like you said, he told you he kind of always wanted you over here with him. Now the time, it seems like a little bit
yeah,
of fate, because here's the thing. You were talking about your trials and tribulations. Well, with age, hopefully comes maturity. And we're all, like me and you off screen, I told you I was probably a fuckhead till I was 35. That's when I really started really
yeah.
maturing, and reality sets in on you. You know what I mean? And it seems like Greg Anthony's place is the perfect place for you right now at this moment. Can you hear me?
I'm losing you.
Yeah, well,
Hold
you're
on, I'm sorry,
froze.
I'm losing you.
Yeah,
Inter-
click out and
Internet's
click
kind of
back in.
janky right now.
Yeah, see if you can. There you go. You're back with me. Yeah, I got you, dude. But talk to me about that, because I feel
All right.
like you're talking about, you've been in your Bible. I'm a big believer in fate in life. In my life experience, I've experienced fate happen to me time after time. Like, so a lot of times I might want something at a certain time and not get it. But when the time's right, I seem to always
Right.
get what I'm chasing in the end, and I feel like that's got a lot to do with fate. So you've cleaned up, you're sober now, you're at Greg Anthony's, which is the perfect place for you to be right now. Talk to me about that. Do you feel like there's maybe something more going on? All right, guys, we're gonna see if Robert can click back in. Might be a short night tonight, guys. We're gonna give him a few seconds. Look, while we're waiting on Robert to click back in, I want everybody to know probably not going to be no podcast like this through December. I just don't feel like doing none through December. I've got a lot going on, and I'm a little burnt out. So probably not. I might do one or two specialty podcasts. I hadn't decided yet. But January, we're going to kick back off full blast with Buster Unmasked. This time, we're going to do it once a week for a while. But we're going to have, I'm going to try to get you the very best guest I can possibly get you guys over this next year. I don't think I'm doing 2 or 3 a week like I have been over this past year. I think I'm going to pull it down to one a week, do a good quality podcast once a week. Obviously, I'm still going to do some of the reviews. I just ain't felt like doing none. I've got probably 100 matches people have sent me, pro wrestling at its worst, to do. I just hadn't felt like doing it. I've been a little burnt out. Let me hit Robert up on the messenger and see if he's going to get back in, guys. If he can't, then we'll have to redo this podcast maybe in January or sometime. Maybe we'll do it in December if he can't get back in. If he can, we'll continue. But you know how it is, man. Everybody's home. The internet's crowded. You know how technology is. All right, I sent Robert a message. We're going to see if he can get logged back in. If he can, we'll keep going. If he can't, we're going to clip it tonight. I'm going to go eat some more Thanksgiving dinner, get fatter, probably smoke a couple joints, have some fun, and then pass out from the tryptophan in the turkey. Look, we got a comment from Big Mike. What's up, Big Mike? He says, hey, what's up, guys? Hold on, guys. I'm getting a... Hold on. Let me see. I got a call from Robert, but I missed it. It didn't come through. I got a feeling this podcast is fixing to be over for the night, y'all. He's typing. We'll see what he says. All right, guys. He's trying to log back in. Wi-Fi's giving him problems. We'll give him a couple more minutes and see. Right now, let's talk about this WWE ID deal, man. Really a cool thing. Really cool. It gives guys that they may not want to fully give a developmental contract to right now. Man, it helps these guys out so much. It helps them finance their wrestling. It allows them to make a little money and get to all the shows they possibly can right now, to evolve and get better if possible. And hopefully they get to where they want to give them a full-blown developmental deal. I did a list about a week ago of who I thought over the next probably 2 years could be looked at and has a big chance of getting a WWE ID prospect deal, hopefully, now that the door's cracked open. Here's the thing, wrestlers. You need to realize, we know they're watching you guys now. We know that they are watching the talent around this area. So that should tell you guys something. That door's been shut a long time. We've been in wrestling purgatory for a long ass time, probably 20 years. I mean, honestly, probably 20 years we've been in wrestling purgatory down here. No more. You know they're watching. There's a bunch of you guys. I made a list of probably about 22 guys, but there was probably 20 more guys that I didn't put on the list. Some because they're too inexperienced right now. Some because they're just too young right now. Others because they're too old. There's a few guys out there that can work their ass off, but honestly, I don't feel like WWE's looking for anybody over 30. If you're over fucking 30, you're going to have to be exceptional. Really exceptional. And then if you're over 35 or 40, they're going to have to see money on you right then over a couple of years. You're going to have to be ready right then. You're going to have everything. You're going to have to be rock level ready, charisma, working ability, being able to connect with an audience. If you're that old, and you better be the very best if you think you're going to get in the WWE, because I just don't feel like they're looking for older guys. We know they want young guys and girls, and all you young guys, anybody from 17 to 30, you better be working your ass off around here, because they are watching. And there are probably 20 more of you guys and girls around here that are on the list with me. I just don't think, for whatever reason, that it's in your cards over the next year or two. Maybe 3, maybe 4. A lot of it's got to do with polish. You can say what you want about a lot of people, but when you put Aaron Roberts' credentials down on paper, nobody around here stacks up to his experience, his ability, his size. He can work in the ring. And here's the biggest part. He's got a character, and he's polished. When you watch him, he's polished. When they see him and look at him, they're thinking, hey, let's give him a little money. Let's make it where he can wrestle. Let's give him the WWE label behind us. And let's see what he does over the next 6 months, a year, year and a half, 2 years. But you got to be polished. Guys, I see Robert's back down here right now. I'm going to get him back on, and we are going to continue this podcast. Robert.
Yes, sir. I had to go outside, man. I had to go outside. The Wi-Fi being janky right now. I'm sorry, everybody. But back to your question. What was that?
Okay. I'm big in fate, and I feel like, man, with you kind of taking a hold of your personal issues, getting them straight, getting back in your Bible, I feel like it's almost like fate that you ended up at Greg Anthony's, man, because They're big into Greg Anthony's big into faith. He's big into his church, and he knows talent. Here's the thing, man. I feel like it might be fate. What's your thoughts, Robert?
Man, you hit it right on the head with that one. You put the nail right in the coffin on that one, Buster. It's nothing but faith, man. It's he's wanted me since forever. I just feel like I have unfinished business elsewhere, before I can say goodbye, what I'm saying, to branch out and stuff like that. But the opportunity I was given to go to Greg's and stuff here every Friday, 207 Washington Street, Ripley, Tennessee, see Rob Danger in action. It's been nothing but fate. To learn more on the old school mentality of the old school side of being a worker and everything. Like, less is more. Like, you don't have to go out there and bust all your nuts just for that one time. Save it for more. If you just go out there and just stomp and kicking somebody, as long as it look good, like, it just look good. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't got to go out there and do 50 Canadian destroyers and all that extra BS and stuff that you see. I'm not against it. Everybody has their own repertoire. Everybody has their own cup of tea. But
well, here's the thing. I live by the motto and was always taught in pro wrestling. The simplest way is usually always the best way, because you start getting too complicated in finishes and different things and convoluting too much, then you start losing the fans. The easier it is for your fans to follow what's happening and know exactly what they're seeing is always the best, in my opinion, in pro wrestling.
Yes, sir. That's my thing always been simple. If I'm a bad guy, I'm just gonna stomp kick and I'm gonna yell at you. If you a fan and you telling me to shut up, or hey, trying to get the ref to disqualify me, I ain't do nothing. That ain't got nothing to do with me. It's not my fault. Your favorite guy a loser just because I'm whooping them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm doing my job, and it's been a blessing. It's been a blessing to be able to mature yourself in the business. Wrestling has been the only thing that's been faithful to me in my life, and I owe nothing to wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Or wrestling owes me nothing. I meant to say,
Right.
and I owe everything to wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Just from the people I got to sit in the locker room with, the veterans I got to sit and pick their ears, and you know what I'm saying, get to tell themselves, but also get that knowledge back. Also, hey.
And here recently, I definitely want to talk about, you got to step in the ring with one of the greatest tag team wrestlers. And let me repreference that. Ricky Morton's
Go ahead, preach, Buster. Go ahead, preach, Buster.
Not just a great tag team wrestler. This dude is pretty well pro wrestling wide regarded as one of the very best, maybe the very best babyface that there's maybe ever has been. Short of Ricky Steamboat might be in the running for that. And when I was a kid, Tommy Rich, before Ricky Morton, Tommy Rich was a huge babyface. But man, you got to actually step in the ring and wrestle Ricky Morton. I mean, since we're on it, let's just talk about that. Talk about that experience for you, stepping in the ring with a legend like Ricky Morton.
Well, see, it wasn't even mentioned. I remember seeing the flyer, and I'm like, there's no way. I'm like, there's no way. There's no way I deserve this right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you humble yourself. You know what I'm saying? I've always been humble on myself, because it's like the moment you get a big head and the moment you think you top notch the shit, it can come crashing down. You know what I'm saying? It's
Right.
I always will, no matter how big I become, I will always remain humble. I always will try to help the next person in line to get where I'm at, or to be where they need to be at. To be able to go in that ring and sit there and be across from a legend like Ricky Morton, and just from all the accolades and all his accomplishments. It really means a lot to me. We didn't do nothing that whole match, like
Hey,
nothing. It was so simple. Even then, he taught me how to do the eye poke. Something very simple. Mostly everybody do the two eye finger poke or whatever. Nah,
right.
nah. He showed me, and I pulled it out on somebody. Just the pop. I was like, oh, that was very easy. Like you ain't have to just be extra with it. You know what I'm saying? Like it was little things like that he showed me.
Well,
It's
here's the thing.
it
Well, talk to me about this. You talk about y'all didn't do nothing. But when you get into the ring with guys like that, and you, especially the first time you ever get in there with somebody like that, and you realize every bit of their fucking match from start to finish, even before it starts, is all psychology. It's not let's go out there and do 1,000 different things. It starts with just up here, the psychology. Talk to me about, man, being in there and feeling that kind of psychology and it because it did it to me when I got in the ring with Jerry Lawler the first time. That's when that light bulb went off for me. Was, man, really, this match is already going on and we ain't even locked up yet, and the people are already
yeah.
into this shit. Hook, line, and sinker. Talk to me about that, man.
It was all he told me in the bag was just like, man, just be calm and go out there and have fun. And every time I go out, no matter which show I'm at, I just sit back and pray. Like, hey, like big man up there, and my son's watching down on me. Like, I just want to get the best, and I just hope y'all both watching over me and stuff. And whenever I went out there, oh, I ain't gonna lie to you. Everybody's like, oh yeah. Oh, they never nervous and stuff. If you're never nervous, you need to get out of here because you always gonna have some kind of nerves or
Right.
some kind of butterflies and stuff when you going out there, especially going out there to go against Ricky Morton or just any legend, of that matter. It was the heat that I had. Everybody in that crowd hated me being Legends Alliance champion. Weeks prior, months prior, I was doing my thing. It's not my fault the referee was too dumb to catch me. It's not my fault that I'm just too good at my job. It's not my fault that it took all this time for me to lose the Legends Alliance championship over a meal ticket because Ricky Moore knocked me out because I beat him fair and square. It was one of those things like it was like, man, you got this. And whenever we went to the back, he was like, man, the only thing that you need is more experience to work guys like me.
Right.
And that
That's
was the
I.
best advice I ever was. Like, that was one of the best pieces of advice I ever got. And especially for him to sit me down and to tell me that. And like, it humbled me even more. You know what I'm saying? Like it
And,
was a blessing. It was a
he
blessing in disguise, something that I needed.
and here's the thing. That's 100% true. That's the biggest excuse me, thing I see around here, especially around West Tennessee right here. Man, there are a ton of you guys that are fucking awesome in the ring. The only thing that most of you lack is working guys that are better and got that experience like Ricky Morton. Man, if we had a plethora of those guys coming in down here on a regular basis and you different guys were getting to work with them, man, you would grow so much faster. It gets to the point when you
It
all
was
working with each other and you've all got the same amount of experience, it's hard to grow any further.
right, right.
Look, we got
It was
Jason
it,
Cass
it
with
was it
us.
was crazy.
We got Jason Cass with us.
See,
His good old Rob killing it.
me and Jason, we had some battles at Union City Wrestling back in 2018, 2019 and stuff. And he's just been a good brother of mine. So it's always good to see him, even just supporting me after all these years and stuff.
Well, look, Robert, let's kind of backtrack. We talked about Ricky Morton a little, but let's backtrack to you winning the Legends and Lions title. Talk to me a little bit about the night you won the title, man. Take us through that a little bit.
See, the night I won, me and James Elliott, Game Time James Elliott, we've been battling each other. And there was some DQs and stuff to where he lost his cool and everything to where, whenever I went to Pro Wrestling Mid South, I went like I was the Undertaker. I went undefeated in that thing. I never expected it. Whenever you don't know what you're supposed to expect when you go to a new environment like that, and for me to remain undefeated, and at the time I probably lost once to James. I think we had a street fight or something like that. But the night that I won it, it was like this company is on my back. I put the whole entire company on my back. Although the other guys that's been there before me, I'm not saying that I deserved it more than them, but I just felt like they all trusted me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Uh, they there's a lot of young and green guys there, but from the months that I've been there and been able to spend with them, it's been a blessing to see how much just even the little differences, that they can make up for it, and they don't beat themselves up. They sit there and be humble about it. Like, yeah, I know I messed up, but guess what? In training, we're gonna get that down packed. That way, the next show we got it down packed. You know what I'm saying? And they literally trust me since I've been in there, and it's been nothing but an honor to even hold that championship for myself, for the company, to be trusted. It's just like I said, it's just a blessing because I didn't expect to go in there. I heard a
Let's
lot of
talk.
stuff. Uh, there was a lot of stuff. You know how people be talking and stuff, and it was just like, oh yeah, they're gonna use you and all this other stuff. I went in there optimistic, and that's how you're supposed to be in life. And that's my whole point of view on life now. Be optimistic with it because you never know what life got in store for you. It's
Well, let me ask you this, Robert, and I hate to keep going back to this faith thing and having faith, but were you already on your road to sobriety before you got the call from Greg?
no. I just didn't know how. I just didn't know how to deal with my. I didn't know how to deal with my problems alone. So I had to have something. I had to have alcohol. I had to have weed or whatever just to keep me calm and stuff. But it was, yeah, it wasn't like that. It was more like after me and my soon to be ex-wife, we talk about this divorce thing. That's what made me sober up. Like, hey man, maybe this ain't for you. Maybe you're too stressed out to where you can't focus on yourself, and you already did enough for what you could do. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
sometimes things don't work out. I spent a good portion of my life finding love, you know what I'm saying? Trying to be with people and stuff like that. And for the first time in my life that I really don't want nobody. I really just be chilling. I really be at the home. I'd be at the house, just disciplining myself and working out. Just that's my discipline, just working out. Every time I get to having a thought in my head, straight push-ups. I don't care how many push-ups I'm doing. It could be one, it could be 35, it could be 55, it can be 100. It don't matter. I'm sitting there until whenever. Uh, or even crunches. Like I reached my max in crunches one night. It was 600. I sat there and
Damn.
just did them. No hesitation, just did them. Like and every time I get done working out, it's like, what were you thinking about? Like, what was on your mind?
Right.
Man, I'm too hurt to be even thinking. You know what I'm saying? So, nah, it wasn't. Uh, I didn't think at the time that I would ever become sober, and so yeah, it was. It's a great feeling to be. I can breathe a lot better. I can eat a lot better. Like I can sit there without having pains and everything like that, just because I felt like I needed stuff. I need me. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
that's all 2025. The rest of this year and the rest of 25, that's all it's going to be in store is me. And from years on out, it's going to be me. You know.
And, and here's
So
something, Robert, that I believe from my perspective is sometimes we need somebody else to have confidence in us and believe in us for us to kind of see it. And that's kind of what I was getting at with you talked about when you went in, you didn't expect to have that run for Greg to kind of put you on that run that he did. And I feel like
Yeah.
that kind of, oh, did that when you got in there and you seen how it was playing out and the guy showed you he had confidence in you and believed in you.
Yeah.
Did it help nudge you on your path that you're
Oh
on
yeah.
now?
That was the kick in the ass right there. It was like, hey man, he trusts you. He got you to where you need to be at, and he's helping you. Like, not saying no other place has ever helped me, because I'm
Right.
forever grateful for every other place that I've been to. But for somebody to come in and, like, not necessarily push their main guys aside and say, this is the guy right here, but in that way it made sense. You know what I'm saying? In that way it made sense. Like that, it was like, it was more like, we're gonna give this guy a shot. You know what I'm saying? I see so
Right.
much potential in him, and I want him to utilize that potential. But it's going to be, which is cool, because business is business. And that's what I feel like is wrong nowadays with the wrestling business. A lot of people don't want to go into business. Everybody want to go in business for themselves. When you take that mentality out to where, it's fun fact that we're talking about this, because Danny Ice, he said something, and he said, what's the number one thing you should say to a promoter about just any match that you're in? And I was like, I don't know, do tell, because I want to sit here and feed off this knowledge. And he said, what's the business of the match? Excuse me?
Right.
Excuse me? It was like, now it makes a lot of sense. So now every time, even then, this was months ago, and whenever I, going to Greg's and stuff, like, that's my mentality is just like, hey, what's the business of this match? What do you need me to put over in this match?
And see,
How
that's
should I put
something.
this over in this match?
And you said it right there. That right there. Here's the thing about pro wrestling. We all have a part to play. Sometimes our part's the main lead. Sometimes we're the dude that gets kicked in the ass at the very start of the show or the angle. It don't matter.
Yeah,
But you got to know what we're trying to sell to the people. The business of the match. What the fuck are we trying to tell these people right here, right now, tonight? And once you know that, then you understand a little better about what wrestling's really about. Man, everybody wants to be the star, but this is wrestling. Like I said, sometimes you're the star and sometimes you're the butt of the joke. And they're all, both parts are just as important.
any promoter that has ever had me on their card, I've always had the mentality. It just took somebody with more experience to tell me that those few words. But I always had the mentality like, hey, boss, what you need me to do? Okay, well, your first match, you need to lose, whatever you need, whatever. Any promoter that has ever had me on their card, there was no sign of me being cocky, thinking I was better than the next. There was no sign of me like, hey, trying to pull my own weight. Business is business. You there to learn. You there to learn every time, no matter how much experience you got.
Right.
I always feel the need to learn, because it don't matter if I got 10 years under my belt. Somebody with 11 years is going to be higher up than me. So I want to pick their brain. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like,
Right.
how'd you get there? It's any promoter that has ever just, I've never had no sign of being, my character might be cocky. That's just my character.
Right.
But as far as the individual to where business needs to be laid out and this what needs to happen, all right, boss, I got you. I'm finna go do that.
Right.
And that's
Well,
just
look,
been it.
we've been talking about Pro Wrestling Mid South, and you got a big match. You actually got a title shot tomorrow night against Big Cody Sawyer. I got the graphic. Let me pull it up, and I want you to kind of talk to me about this matchup. And once we get it up, I want to ask you a question. I want to know, who is Cody Sawyer, the guy that actually beat you for the title when you lost it?
Yes, he is. The night that I got in the ring with Ricky Morton, Big Cody Sawyer, aka Lumberjack, he decides to cash in his meal ticket that he got from McDonald's. He rather cashed it in on my championship than a Big Mac or a McDouble and a soft drink and some fries. But after Ricky Morton hit all this greatness in the face, he decided to come in and cash that meal ticket in. And I lost my championship. Now, last week, the old school rule to where you can't be thrown over the top rope and you get disqualified if you throw somebody over the top rope, that is intact at Pro Wrestling Mid-South.
Oh,
And
I didn't know
um,
that.
and Big Cody Sawyer messed up. He screwed up and threw me over. And guess who gets a shot at his Legends and Lions Championship? Me, Rob Danger. So tomorrow night, it's a Thanksgiving throwdown. In the main event, Big Cody Sawyer, it's on. I'm about to become the 2-time Legends and Lions champion. There's nothing you can do about it, big fella. You better be ready.
And y'all do, Pro Wrestling Mid-South does Ripley every Friday night, right?
Every Friday night.
Got a big match. Hey, look where you're at, dude. You're at the top of the card. You right up there. You right up under the logo. You right there at the
In
tip
there.
top of the card, man. Big title match coming up. And here's the thing, man. Greg's place is a great place for any wrestlers to go work because he trains guys in fundamentals of pro wrestling. You know what I mean?
And that's the best thing about Pro Wrestling Mid-South. The fundamentals about it. To even know, instead of, hey, maybe we do 4 to 5 suplexes in this match. Hey, how about you pull a headlock? How about
Right.
you do something so small? How about you do something small, but it gravitates the crowd to where they're like, they can register it. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things. What he does, like, it's tremendous. I can't wait to eventually branch out here soon next year. Actually, I'll be branching out to Greg's, and I'll be there every Friday and Saturday. But
Be
I'm just
good.
letting stuff play out. So, but I want to be able to be there for the training sessions when I can and everything like that on Saturdays and stuff like that, to be able to go in and train with the younger guys, with the younger group and everything, and try to
Right.
learn as much as I can from Greg. But yeah, it's the fundamentals is a big part of it, because if you can't do a wrist lock, a headlock, there's no sense of you doing a Canadian destroyer whatsoever.
I mean, look,
You're
you
gonna
can
hurt
tell.
somebody.
You can tell when guys lock up whether they know what the fuck they're doing or
Yeah,
not. Immediately,
yeah,
you can tell. You can tell from the
yeah.
lockup. Right then, you can all you got to do is see that lockup, and you know right there kind of what you're dealing with, what you're working with, and I think that's what I think. Greg's organization, the way he makes sure that the things he lays out for you guys to do, they are done the way he wants them done. That's a big thing in pro wrestling. You can't go over here. I mean, look, when you get in a company good enough and the promoter knows he can trust you to do what's got to be done, yes, he can come say, here's what we're wanting to do. Y'all figure it out, because he knows y'all are going to get it over. But overall,
Exactly.
guys need to be told what to do. They need directions. That's how pro wrestlers learn how to pro wrestle, really, and learn how to work. Really learn how to work is because you go out there and you execute the plan to the best of your ability. And if you have mistakes, hopefully you notice them or somebody sees them, brings them to your
Hmm.
attention. So the next time you don't do that. But here's something else. I know that you made a return to Union City Wrestling now. And now here's the thing: Union City Wrestling kind of just opened back up. A couple of years ago, it was Quality Pro Wrestling in Union City, and you was a part of that also, right?
Yes, sir.
So talk to me
Uh,
about Quality a little bit, and then take me into UCW and your return, because you got a big match coming up Saturday night.
all right. So for years. I think it was Jason Cass. He just commented. He commented a little bit ago. He was there through over the years. At first, it was UCW. Um, then Gunner Lane and all them. 2017 is when I got my introduction into Union City Wrestling. So we was there from 2017 to 2020, and then at 2020, that's when it switched to Quality Pro Wrestling. They were talking about name change, something different. Maybe we can do, get sponsors and all that other stuff. Skylar Devins, he was the head honcho booker or whatever and he put a lot of trust in me. He was like, instead of you being Robert Danger, we need you to be more mature about this. How about you be the man, Robert Murray? And I've been the man since 2017. No offense to Becky Lynch. She can have whatever credentials she wants. But I was the man first. But
hold on now. Y'all can't leave Flair out now.
Respect to her though. She big time. So you know what I'm saying? There ain't gonna be no lawsuits and none of that BS or whatever. She can have it. But the one that was holding down the centerfold in Union City, like if it wasn't Skylar Devins, if it wasn't Quicksilver, if it wasn't Dylan Blake, it was Robert Murray holding it down. It was Robert Murray going out there and giving his all to make sure those fans went home satisfied. And now this Saturday, it's funny because those people turned their backs on me. The moment I came out, here comes this other punk kid, Brian Hitt. Everybody's cheering for him and stuff like that. When I sat there and busted my tail for all them years in front of those people, in front of that building, in that building, at that, and they sit there and everybody's gonna have mixed reactions, but it was a moment of time to be just Robert Murray. Instead of being the man of the people, I turned back to the man. And the man is a very dangerous person because he's going to hit him where it hurts. And Brian Hitt, he walked away with a couple hurt ribs and stuff like that. So Saturday, I got an easy target. All I got to do is get him some ribs, hurt them ribs some more. And we're going to re-qualify for something I shouldn't have to be putting on the line in this match. It ain't fair because I won. I won fair and square. It's not my fault that he hurt himself. He want to hurt his ribs. Or actually, you know what? I'll take the blame for it. I hurt his ribs because that's the person I am. That's the person the man Robert Murray is. I'm going to hurt you. And all those people, they hated that. I shook his hand and then I turned back. I'm like, nah, man, that's not me. That's not me. You know what I did? Kicked him in the gut and hit him with the overdrive. And then that's when the boos started raining down. And then I get hit with, you need to re-qualify for the match for Winter Wonder Slam in December. It's a Jingle Bell Brawl, meaning it's going to be a multi-man match. It's going to be two poles hanging up adjacent from each other. One box is going to have some coal in it. The next box is going to be a guaranteed shot at the UCW championship. And you know what? I'm not about to let this opportunity slip away, Buster. Brian Hitt, I'm going to hit him where it hurts, right in the ribs.
Well, look, let's talk about Brian Hitt for a minute, man. Here's the thing I know. He's really just starting out in his career. He's got a brother that wrestles everywhere from Las Vegas to Chicago to California, who's really, in my opinion, I say it all the time, his brother, Jake Painter, is a star of the world, just don't realize it yet already. This kid's got a pedigree, man. He's in shape. The one thing I do know for a fact, man, you've got the experience over this kid tenfold. So talk to me about what you think is going to be the defining factor of this match between you guys, because he's in shape. He's like you. He's young. He's fucking in shape, and he can go. So what do you feel like is going to tip this match into your favor, Robert?
It's going to tip in my favor because I'm way too smarter for him. All his antics, him wanting the people behind him and stuff. I got an easy night. He's gonna want to feel them people. He's gonna want them people to feel what he's gonna do to me. But guess what? All that's not gonna matter because every blow that I hit him with is gonna hurt him. Every time that he's trying to do something, he's gonna hold on to those ribs. And he's probably gonna cry to his mama or something. He better ask Jake. Last time Jake and I got in the ring with each other, yeah, Jake won. But it wasn't that easy. It wasn't that easy. Jake had to pull out all the stops. And he is a great talent. So he has somebody that is training him very, very well. But all that training is not enough for the man, Robert Murray, at Union City Wrestling.
Well, look, let's talk about Union City Wrestling for a minute. Like I said, what have they been back? 6 months now, probably 7, maybe, if that long?
June or July, something like that.
So not even really that long yet. Probably about 6 months.
Yeah,
but man,
sounds about right.
They're in the same building Quality Pro was in, but man, it looks like they fixed it up. I see some of the matches, man. Everything's painted now. Everything's fucking nice in there. How many people does this building hold, Robert? Do you figure? Just a guesstimation.
From my eyes, whenever I go out there, every seat is filled. I don't know how many people are on there or in there, but every time there's a seat out there, it is filled with somebody. So it's a packed house. I'm not even gonna lie on that one. Since it came back up, it has been a packed house.
Well, look, they got a guy coming in this Saturday that kind of in the same vein as Ricky Morton, man. Johnny Dotson. This is a guy that I would love to see. I would love to see you. I would love to see you guys in the ring facing off against each other. He's another guy, been around forever, 30 years. He's been everywhere, wrestled everybody, and he's still out here, man. I'll be honest with you. Johnny, since he's starting to wrestle regular, he's getting better and better. His ring conditioning is getting up there. He's having some great matches, drawing some. Hey, look, here's the thing. In Arkansas and Missouri, they love him. He's a babyface, and he's over. In Bradford and Dyer, they hate him. Literally almost start a riot every time. I would love to see you two guys face off. Is this the first time that you're ever going to be in the same dressing room with Johnny?
Yes, actually. The only time that I actually even got to see Johnny was back in 901 at the what was it? It was for 901 Wrestling. I can't remember what the building was called. It had all the arcades and all that stuff or whatever. But he was in the crowd. I think it was like 2018. I remember him talking very short to me or whatever. And I really don't remember the conversation, but I remember, standing face to face with him. So it's been some years. He probably don't remember who I am, but Saturday when he watching the match, or if he watches the match, he's gonna know. He's gonna remember. It's time to, turn some heads or something like that. But at the same time, somebody is after him, and I heard from a little birdie, Old Yeller's about to get put down by Iceman.
That's what I heard too, man.
So,
I seen that footage, dude.
We gonna see. Iceman Sosa, he since I've got to share locker rooms with him and everything, he's gotten a lot better, including at when it was Quality Pro Wrestling. He came in, was like, man, I want to get back in the ring. And I ain't saying we all help each other. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things, during training and stuff. But man, he's came a long way. And so I think he ready. I think he ready for Johnny. So Johnny better be ready for Sosa.
And here's something about Quality Pro. The one thing I remember most about Quality Pro is that before they shut down, it was mostly just young guys working there. And now you're talking, they were shut down, what, almost 2 years?
Yeah.
So these guys, the same young guys that are still working there now, have developed a whole lot since Quality Pro, and they're filling the card with, man, a lot of top talent from around the area. You got Jason Genesis, you got Walker Hayes. I've seen Jake Painter there. I think Damian Wayne even was there a few weeks ago, a month or two ago.
That's my guy right there.
And I know I'm missing several other guys, but I love the way they seem to be. Is that my mic? I think it is.
I don't know.
I love the way they're mixing this more seasoned talent in with their homegrown UCW guys. Man, I think it's great, dude.
It's good to when quality went down. It was great to branch out. It was great to go. I think the main thing was, man, for most of us guys that was there, it was like, man, where do we go from here? You know what I'm saying? We've been here for all these years, and for this to happen, you know what I'm saying? It's like a rock and a hard place. You know what I'm saying? We hit rock bottom and stuff. But
right,
for guys like Tigray Dark, to branch out, go to Premier Pro Wrestling. I think he tagged with Hornswoggle. But for him to go and get that experience, for him to get taken care of, there's and then for most of everybody that's going to MIW, you know what I'm saying? It's like it feels they're turning over a new leaf. You know what I'm saying? Like
right.
it's different. It's time for a change. And if that was the case back then, before quality shut down, I really think that's what was missing. But at the same time, we'd never know. You know what I'm saying? But since it's been back up, every seat has been filled. Every guy in that locker room has sat there and gave their all to those people. And the environment has changed. Like, although it's the same building and all that, it changed. You know what I'm saying?
The
like
atmosphere looks different to me.
Yeah, it's a different vibe there. You know what I'm saying? You're not sitting there. I think the main thing was being into it too much to where you started to hate it. You know what I'm saying? It became like a chore. You know what I'm saying? But now it's like a sign of it's a sign of relief. Like, we actually just go out there and breathe. We actually go out there and can create magic with, you know, a Jason Genesis or Rip Ravish and you know, so many others. Damian Wayne. There's so many other guys. There's so much talent that's coming into Union City Wrestling that we didn't have for a while when it was Quality Pro Wrestling. Just because I felt, in a way, it was based off our guys and, you know, the storylines and stuff like that, which ain't no problem. It all just, I think it was just one big old ball of emotion to where we didn't want to branch out enough to get more guys in and stuff like that. That's just from my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was one of those things. So everything that's happening now, it is great because you're going to see guys. You're going to see guys come in that you didn't think was ever going to come. That's just part of pro wrestling. You just gotta, now that I'm at this state of mind, is just like, stuff happens for a reason. If quality never went down, we probably would have been in the same boat. None of this probably wouldn't be happening. I wouldn't be standing here telling you that all the guys that's coming from MIW and Mississippi and wherever are coming to Union City Wrestling. You know what I'm saying? That's just how the cards played out. But it is looking great for Union City Wrestling. So it's great to be back. And yeah, I'm just there to do my job. I'm there to put boots to asses. You know what I'm saying?
There you go. Look, Robert, before we fixing to kind of wrap it up because my mic's giving me some fucking feedback now. Can you even hear me?
Yes, sir. I hear you.
Okay, I got one last question for you, dude, before we wrap this thing up. The WWE ID program. I've said it a couple of times during this thing. We know that they are watching talent from around this area now. So what does that put in your mind? What's your thoughts about that, man?
See, actually, when it came out, I did apply just to be optimistic in life. You know what I'm saying? Just to like, hey, it's a shot in the dark. But I also knew if there's anybody that is going to make it before I do, or make it to where they get the ID contract, whatever. Um, I don't really know all too much about it, but I do know it gets to help, put you in places instead of just going straight to WWE. It puts you in places and uh, get you bookings elsewhere and to bigger promotions and everything. But for somebody like Aaron Roberts to go out to get that contract, hey, big brother deserved that. He'd been busting his ass. I love the Robertson family. They we didn't really just we ain't really close like that. But since I've been in the business, I've heard. I think I got to work Cordell once or twice or something like that at benefit shows or something like that, or it might have been Aaron. I don't remember which one of them, but I got to share locker rooms with them. I got to be,
Right.
what I'm saying, and just the vibe that they created just in that locker room. It was nothing but what I'm saying, good things. And for him to go to Memphis, and I see Alex Cross and Ethan Steele, like they I feel like they're next in line too. You know what I'm saying? Steele Cross. They were helping me whenever I was training. Like I used to sit
Right.
there and get my ass whooped way before the show, hours before the show. Alex would pull me out through the curtain, slam me on the concrete just to prepare me. You know what I'm saying? And but for Aaron to get that contract, hey, he deserves it. There's that list that you made. There's a lot of guys that I think that's just being humble about it because they actually been able to travel more than I have been. You know what I'm saying? Marco, love Marco. Walker, love Walker. Jake Painter, MJ Davis. They all got to, and so many others. But as far as that, like, it's going to be more of me elsewhere within the next year or two, just traveling and just as long as the cards are played right, you're gonna see more Robert Murray elsewhere. You're gonna see Robert Murray at EPW. You're gonna see just it's all of faith. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just being optimistic and stuff. But I'm excited to see about this WWID stuff, and I'm just cheering everybody on because I know when my time comes, there's gonna be people. There's gonna be people that's gonna hate it. There's gonna be people that say, "Hey, I deserved it." But at the end of the day, I didn't give up on myself. You know what I'm saying? That's the main thing.
Right.
That's the main thing why Aaron got that, because he didn't give up on himself. He actually is his size and he does big man stuff. So he's about to be a wrecking machine wherever he goes. It don't matter. So
And traveling, man, that's a big part of getting polished too.
yeah.
That's. I mean, look, I did it. I put Aaron's credentials down on paper against probably 6 other guys that I thought were at the same level and could have very well been the guy to get the deal. And
Right.
when you put his lineage on paper, you put the years he's been wrestling on paper, you put what he can do in the ring on paper, you put his charisma on paper. He's 430 fucking pounds that can go in the ring. Once I did that, it was obvious to me that there really wasn't no other guy around here. The only other guy that I think could have been right now would have been Buck Skinner. But here's the thing about Buck Skinner: he's already out doing some big things. I put him on the list, but he's a guy that I honestly feel like when they do come to him, he might be past the ID deal. I feel like he might actually get offered a full-blown developmental deal. And
Right.
here's something else, too. Everybody's talking about what they're making. Trust me. Look, the ID contract, they're not making big time money on the big time wrestling scale, but making enough money a year that they never make that much money around here a year in this day of time. It'd take 10 years to make a year's worth of money for this ID deal. So people can say what they fucking want, but at least now Aaron's getting paid to fucking wrestle and do what he loves doing.
He living a dream that we all want. And there's gonna be some haters that's gonna hate, but big bro, this is just from me. Hey, keep doing your thing, man.
Robert, dude, my mic has got a bad reverb in it, man. We're going to go and cut the show short. Dude, I appreciate you so much for coming on. I really enjoyed this show because we didn't have to talk about all the bullshit we talked about the first 2 times, man.
Yeah. Hey, I just want to say thank you, Buster, always. Next time, hey, we got more room for next time. So
there you go, man.
It's always next time. So
I'm always keeping an eye on you, dude. So when I see that next development, when I see you hit that next step up, that you'll be back, man. Trust me.
Oh yeah, yes sir. And I can't wait to be back next time. And man, just thank you. I'm grateful for this opportunity to be able to talk to you. Just the last 12 months and stuff. It's been a struggle, but man, I'm here. I'm making it, and we about to get some things cooking here, man. You know what I'm saying? It's about to be more for Robert Murray. So
here's the thing, Robert. Stay focused. Stay on your path. Go for this wrestling thing. I'm not bullshitting you one bit. You one of the guys that they could be looking at in the next year or so. So remember that. Keep that in mind. You could go from not making any money doing this shit to making enough money that you can go wrestle anywhere you want to around here and not have to worry whether you're getting paid or not. So
yes,
just
sir.
Keep that in mind, dude. You got the charisma, you got the in-ring ability. All you got to do is hunker down, focus, and concentrate on being Robert Murray, dude.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you, bud.
Yes, sir. You have a great night. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family, man, and I'll see you next time, dude.
Yes, sir. Later.
All right, y'all. You seen it right there. Robert Murray, Mr. Personality, or Mr. Personalities, because he's got about 3. We didn't really touch on that, but we will next time around. Look, guys, I want to thank everybody for watching, everybody who interacted with us. I appreciate you guys. I know it's Thanksgiving night, man, but hey, back in the day, Thanksgiving and Christmas was 2 of the biggest wrestling nights there ever was to work. So that's what we do in here. Like I said, probably not going to do a podcast like this until January. I might do a couple of one-off podcasts that are a little different, but not regular Buster Unmasked, one-on-one guest. And I don't know if I'm going to do any. I'm a little burnt out, but starting January, we're going to kick back off 1 show a week. I'm going to try to bring y'all some of the best guests that I've ever been able to bring y'all over the next year. I want to tell everybody out there, have a great rest of your Thanksgiving night. Have fun, be safe, and stay your ass out of jail. Guys, until the next time I see you, y'all take it.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast, I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah. Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.